Welcome to Learn and Speak Tamil Like a Native, video number 126. In this video, let us learn a verb style that you would very much need to converse fluently like a native. I'm happy and even surprised that some of you are keenly following this channel. A learner by name Rue who pointed out about this particular subtle term, a small discrepancy in a future tense video, and instead of clarification, I thought I shall do a separate video. So I thank you, Rue, and I wish you all keep sending suggestions and doubts that will encourage and motivate me to do more videos. Here we are keeping a tab of our progress. You can check the different types of videos under this channel so far. I've given a link, you can click it top right, or you'll also find the same information in the description below. Normally, I don't like to make videos more than 10 minutes because it may get a little boring for you, but there are certain things that you have to learn with more examples. That's the reason why some of the videos gets to some of the videos are getting to 15 minutes, 16 minutes. So what you could perhaps do is to split the video. If you're going to go in, read them or study them in one go, it could be a little boring. You could stop at 6 or 7 minutes and then you can complete it later. That's more practical. You can learn it effortlessly. You could pause and read this to understand better, but let me read it out for you once. There's a type of verb style in Tamil that can roughly be translated as an action done to oneself, by oneself, depending on the context. This is a very commonly and often used style of speech, and hence, as learners of Tamil, it is good for you to understand it. This type of verb denotes a mood of an action and it goes with any tense. And that means it does not stick to future tense but just any tense. I'm cautiously avoiding any technical terms like reflexive pronoun that we use in English. It's better for you to understand the context in the phrase, and that is the best way to understand as I explain every now and then. Grab the knife from him or he'll cut himself. கத்தி அவன்கிட்ட இருந்து புடுங்கு இல்ல அவன் கையை வெட்டிப்பான். வெட்டுவான். That is wrong. In the above case, though we are talking about the future, we are also talking about an action that will happen, but we can never use the future here. Vettuvan, that would translate to he would cut. Instead, vettipan means he would cut himself for lack of skill or something, but he's not going to cut anyone. It is in a way an action performed independent of anyone. I hope you understand it. And pudungu means grab or take away forcefully. You can look at the adamant boy and you can understand why I do not want him to hold the knife. Grab the knife from him or he'll cut himself. கத்தி அவன்கிட்ட இருந்து புடுங்கு இல்லை அவன் கையை வெட்டிப்பான். You should not use வெட்டுவான். That is future tense, but vettipan is he'll cut himself. He's not going to cut anything but himself. And that's by mistake, he could cut himself. Or accidentally he could cut himself. Accidentally is a better word, but it can also mean because you know that he lacks the skill, we don't want him to cut. So get it away from him or grab it away from him or he'll cut him himself. Now let us see another example. While I was sharing room with him, I used to be very cautious while talking to him. If he got angry, he would shut himself in a room. ரூமில் அவன் கூட தங்கி இருக்கும்போது நான் அவன்கிட்ட ரொம்ப பார்த்து பேசுவேன். கோவம் வந்தால் ரூமில் போய் கதவை சாத்திப்பான். ரூமில் அவன் கூட தங்கி இருக்கும்போது நான் அவன்கிட்ட ரொம்ப பார்த்து பேசுவேன். கோவம் வந்தால் ரூமில் போய் கதவை சாத்திப்பான். Now, let us imagine two friends are talking while looking at a young photo or of another friend. While I was sharing room with him, I used to be very cautious while talking to him. If he got angry, he would shut himself in a room. ரூமில் அவன் கூட தங்கி இருக்கும்போது ரூமில் அவன் கூட தங்கி இருக்கும்போது while I was staying with him in the room, நான் அவன்கிட்ட ரொம்ப பார்த்து பேசுவேன். I talk with care or measure my words. கோவம் வந்தா, if he got angry, ரூமில் போய் கதவை சாத்திப்பான். He would go and shut himself in the room. Here, சாத்திப்பான் means he would close himself. We are not saying சாத்துவான், that is future tense, which would mean he would close. Hope you understand now. It is an action done to oneself excluding another person, and that is the approximate explanation. And we are talking about what he would do to himself or what he would himself do, and this is something that he would do to himself in the past. I have made a small table for you to understand the difference between future tense and what we are talking now is somebody doing an action on them, on himself or herself or on itself. Let us see the same verb that we saw earlier. Vettippe. We are talking about I. I would cut myself or I would cut myself. That is the meaning. It means vettippe means I would cut myself. Vettuve means I would cut. That is all. Vettuve, vettippe. And then the next word is vettippe. You. Ni vettippe. You would cut. You would cut yourself. And the future will be vettuve. So the yellow thing is for you to understand how this particular thing that we are learning today works. And they're all closely related. So it is vettippe, vettuve. நீ வெட்டிப்ப வெட்டுவ. அவன் வெட்டிப்பான் வெட்டுவான். அவ வெட்டிப்பா வெட்டுவா. And if you're talking about it or he, she, அது வெட்டிக்கும் வெட்டும். He, that is with respect, he. அவரு வெட்டிப்பாரு வெட்டுவாரு. அவங்க வெட்டிப்பாங்க வெட்டுவாங்க. And then you're talking about we, வெட்டிப்போம் வெட்டுவோம். வெட்டிப்பாங்க, that is they, வெட்டுவாங்க. அதுங்க வெட்டிக்கோங்க வெட்டோங்க. So this is it's the same for to do. செஞ்சிப்பேன், I'll get myself done or I'll do it myself. செய்வேன், that is future tense. And the next one is பார்த்துப்பேன், that is I'll see myself. Or it will also have another meaning means பார்த்துப்பேன் means I'll manage, I'll take care. பார்த்துப்பேன் பார்ப்பேன். So it's the same for all the verbs. It's just you have to understand that kind of a little formula, and once you understand that, you can do that for any verb. வெட்டிப்பேன் செஞ்சிப்பேன் பார்த்துப்பேன். They would ask only if there are any doubts. Otherwise, they would study on their own or they'll learn on their own. சந்தேகம் இருந்தால் மட்டும் கேட்பாங்க, இல்லைனா அவங்களே படிச்சுப்பாங்க. சந்தேகம் இருந்தால் மட்டும் கேட்பாங்க, இல்லைனா அவங்களே படிச்சுப்பாங்க. They would ask only if there are any doubts. Otherwise, they would study on their own. சந்தேகம் இருந்தால் மட்டும், only if there are doubts, கேட்பாங்க, they ask. இல்லைனா or otherwise, அவங்களே படிச்சுப்பாங்க, they will study on their own. Here, as you can see, we are not saying they would read, but they would read by themselves or themselves. படிச்சுப்பாங்க. The future will be படிப்பாங்க, but we are talking about படிச்சிப்பாங்க. Just imagine we are talking to a faculty person there, and that is his opinion about his students. Now, this is a very important short advice I have to give you. Please don't feel ever that these are difficult ones to learn. In your own language, you would use several tenses and styles, and it will naturally come. Therefore, you have to just learn them, and that doesn't mean you have to force yourself to memorize them. You will be surprised when someone speaks, you'll subconsciously imbibe it, and you'll say that without even you knowing that you're saying it. So, understanding this will only enable your subconscious mind to better observe them when someone says that. So, just let your that auto language motor or whatever in your brain do the magic. Please learn relaxedly, no hurry, but watch some videos in Tamil and you will repeatedly hear these style and you will easily learn it. Once would I explain, should immediately grasp it. There's no need to repeat. ஒரு தடவை தான் சொல்வேன் உடனே புரிஞ்சுப்பா திரும்ப திரும்ப சொல்ல தேவையில்லை. Only once would I explain. She would immediately grasp it. There's no need to repeat. ஒரு தடவை தான் only once சொல்லுவேன் would I say. உடனே புரிஞ்சுப்பா she would grasp it at once. திரும்ப திரும்ப again and again repeatedly or again and again or repeatedly both means just we use திரும்ப திரும்ப again and again. சொல்ல தேவையில்லை. There's no need to tell. ஒரு தடவை தான் சொல்வேன் உடனே புரிஞ்சுப்பா திரும்ப திரும்ப சொல்ல தேவையில்லை. Here ஒரு தடவை தான் சொல்லுவேன் is not future tense. It's just what you call it's a habitual tense. Something that anytime you tell her just once, she'll has the habit of immediately grasping it. So it is not ஒரு தடவை தான் சொல்லுவேன் is not future tense. You're talking about anytime you say to her, it's just that only once you say and then she would immediately grasp it. Now, just because of holidays, I'm sleeping this long. Usually, I would wake up around 5:30. இப்போ சும்மா லீவுன்னு இவ்வளோ நேரம் தூங்குறேன். பொதுவாக 5:30 மணிக்கெல்லாம் முழிச்சுப்பேன். 5:30 is 5:30. 5:30 you could say 5:30 மணிக்கெல்லாம். We don't say 5 and 30. We don't say that. We say 5:30 மணிக்கெல்லாம் முழிச்சுப்பேன். Now, just because of holidays, I'm sleeping this long. Usually, I would wake up around 5:30. இப்போ now சும்மா லீவுன்னு just because it is holiday இவ்வளவு நேரம் தூங்குறேன். I am sleeping this late. Normally or usually 5:30 மணிக்கெல்லாம் just by 5:30 that is பொதுவா means usually 5:30 மணிக்கெல்லாம் just by 5:30 முழிச்சுப்பேன். I would wake up. The future is முழிப்பேன் and முழிச்சுப்பேன் means you would wake up yourself without anyone waking you. Let us continue to do our work. If you ask anything, we shall manage it later. நம்ம பாட்டில் வேலையை செய்வோம். ஏதாவது கேட்டான்னா அப்புறம் பார்த்துப்போம். பார்த்துப்போம் here means let us see or let us manage. And they are talking to themselves about dealing a problem themselves. Let us continue to do our work. If you ask anything, we shall manage it later. நாம பாட்டில் we shall just like that. Bottle here means to continue to. Let us just continue to. வேலை செய்வோம். Do the work. ஏதாவது கேட்டானா, if you ask anything, அப்புறம் பார்த்துப்போம். We should see to that later. Or we'll manage it later. நாம பாட்டில் வேலையை செய்வோம். ஏதாவது கேட்டானா அப்புறம் பார்த்துப்போம். Will you understand it all by yourself? Tell me if it is difficult. I shall arrange for a tuition. இதெல்லாம் நீயே புரிஞ்சுப்பியா? கஷ்டமாக இருந்தால் சொல்லு, டியூஷன் ஒன்று உனக்கு ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுறேன். இதெல்லாம் நீயே புரிஞ்சுப்பியா? கஷ்டமாக இருந்தால் சொல்லு, டியூஷன் ஒன்று உனக்கு ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுறேன். Will you understand it all by yourself? Tell me if it is difficult. I shall arrange for a tuition. இதெல்லாம், all these, நீயே புரிஞ்சுப்பியா? Will you understand yourself? கஷ்டமாக இருந்தால் சொல்லு. Tell me if it is difficult. டியூஷன் ஒன்று உனக்கு, a tuition for you, ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுறேன். I shall arrange. இதெல்லாம் நீயே புரிஞ்சுப்பியா? கஷ்டமாக இருந்தால் சொல்லு, டியூஷன் ஒன்று ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுறேன். If you wish to say, I can understand, you could say, எனக்கு புரியும். Just mind the phrase, எனக்கு புரியும், which literally translates to me, it will be understandable. But here we are talking about, will you understand it yourself? புரிஞ்சிப்பியா? இதெல்லாம் நீயே புரிஞ்சுப்பியா? கஷ்டமாக இருந்தால் சொல்லு, டியூஷன் உனக்கு ஒன்று ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுறேன். இதெல்லாம் நீயே புரிஞ்சுப்பியா? கஷ்டமாக இருந்தால் சொல்லு, டியூஷன் ஒன்று உனக்கு ஏற்பாடு பண்ணுறேன். Let us somehow reach before it gets dark. On reaching, let us look out for the room. இருட்டுறதுக்குள்ளே எப்படியாவது போய் சேர்ந்துப்போம். அங்கே போய் ரூமை தேடிப்போம். இருட்டுறதுக்குள்ளே எப்படியாவது போய் சேர்ந்துப்போம். அங்கே போய் ரூமை தேடிப்போம். Let us reach somehow before it gets dark. Let us look out for a room on reaching. இருட்டுறதுக்குள்ளே, before it gets dark, எப்படியாவது, somehow, போய் சேர்ந்துப்போம். Let us reach. அங்கே போய், on reaching there, room தேடிப்போம். We should search for a room. In this case, it is நாம சேர்ந்துப்போம், நாம தேடிப்போம். So you already very well can understand we do not have to use நாம every time as the verbs are conjugated. So it's just enough to say சேர்ந்துப்போம், தேடிப்போம். You don't pamper him. Youths can get on by themselves. வளர்ந்துட்டான், பசங்க, நீ அவனை பொத்தி பொத்தி வச்சுக்காது, பசங்க சமாளிச்சுப்பாங்க. You don't pamper him. He's grown up. Youths can get on by themselves. நீ அவனை, we're talking about you and we are talking about him. பொத்தி பொத்தி வச்சுக்காத, don't pamper, and this is where the him comes. Don't pamper him. That is, we say நீ அவனை பொத்தி பொத்தி வச்சுக்காத. You, him, don't do that. That's, he's grown up. பசங்க சமாளிச்சுப்பாங்க. That is, வளர்ந்துட்டான் is he's grown up. பசங்க சமாளிச்சுப்பாங்க. Youths will manage themselves. So there's an interesting vocabulary for you to know. Putti putti means safely covered and protected. It's figuratively also used for money. Kaasa putti putti vachikkom. She would keep the money so covered and protected. That basically means she would never spend the money. It is also for birds and animals which keep their offsprings protected and covered. Putti putti means well protected, sheltered in a closed environment. நீ அவனை புத்தி புத்தி வச்சுக்காத, வளர்ந்துட்டான், பசங்க சமாளிச்சுப்பாங்க. Now some easy examples so you don't miss the meaning. Imagine those two folks are sitting there, maybe that is her boss. Now the boss is asking, shall I drop you? He wants to help her to reach the metro station, perhaps, and she says, oh, no thanks, I can manage myself, or I can go myself. Shall I drop you? நான் வந்து விடட்டுமா? நான் வந்து விடட்டுமா? No thanks, I shall go. Means she says she can go on her own. இல்லை பரவாயில்ல, நான் போய்ப்பேன். இல்லை பரவாயில்ல, நான் போய்ப்பேன். இல்லை பரவாயில்ல, நான் போய்ப்பேன். Let us see another example. Imagine there's a sick person and someone asks you to fetch him or her some water, but then says that the person can take the tablet themselves. So it's enough if you get her the water, a tablet they can manage. So it's the water that they have to be, that is to be given. Just get him the water. He can have the tablets himself. தண்ணியை மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கொடு, மாத்திரை அவங்க போட்டுப்பாங்க. தண்ணியை மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கொடு, மாத்திரையை அவங்க போட்டுப்பாங்க. தண்ணி மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கொடு, மாத்திரை அவங்க போட்டுப்பாங்க.